Hello guys, right, I got back from a walk and I had a good walk thought today. It's been a brilliant morning trading, and this is a message for new traders that hopefully will come across this video before blowing tons of money um, uh, with potentially unscrupulous traders that are selling you nonsense. Not necessarily nonsense, but not telling you the whole truth, as it were. And there's traders out there. Well, long story short, really, you should not, in my opinion, with with the work I've done on Twitter over the last 4.5 years, um, for free and improving my own trading along the way by sharing. It's My whole view on trading has probably changed substantially since then. And in reality, people that know me know that all I really now trade is 2B reversals. I incorporate the logic behind the 3CR. The 3CR was developed, three candle reversal, my three candle reversal, not the ones you find all over the internet, was developed and devised as a result of Vic Sperandio's 2B reversal, who I am forever grateful, and attribute the 2B reversal to him. It changed my life, quite frankly, and it should change yours. But the fact is, 2 or 3 weeks looking at that pattern, being shown that pattern, being shown how you can incorporate momentum and support and resistance, supply and demand, to absolutely kill every potential entry across multiple time frames and multiple time frame analysis, the 2Bs within 2Bs. You could use head and shoulders because they're a variant of 2B reversals, really. You could use anything, in fact. You've got the 1, 2, 3. You've got internal 2Bs within 2Bs within 2Bs to actually decide what target you want to go for. And really, the sort of only the one of the most unique points I add to the mix for myself and have shared is the momentum. And even then, I love these indicators. I absolutely love them. People will tell you indicators don't work. Well, that's bullshit. Sorry for the French. I've proved that every trade basically, that is absolute rubbish. But there's a few caveats, of course. If you want to learn stock trading or swing trading, then the books and the various people that want to specialize in swing and stock trading are the people you need to follow. But and however long they think it takes you to learn to do that is their business. I don't get involved. The only involvement I had with other traders' methods was when I compared them against mine. After I devised the 3CR after about 3 or 4 years, then it was a question. Someone mentioned it on my Twitter feed this morning. Get yourself, he likes Roger Banks, and he said how much my trading methods are like his. Well, I like Roger Banks, what he does, but what I did when I was in his room and other numerous rooms that I used to go in when I was testing the 3CR and the other like 2B entries against what these other people were doing, I used to be sitting there and say, no, don't enter that trade. Don't tell the 6,000 people you got in your room or the 1,200 people you got in your room to take that trade because it's wrong. It's you're trading straight into support or you're trading straight into resistance. Simple things like that because they developed. Say, for example, in Roger Banks' uh, situation, I was in his room when he was called Wicks Don't Lie, when he was trading wicks. And it doesn't matter whether it's a wick or a line chart or whatever, or a candle open high, low, close, and you're trading them. You still mustn't trade directly into support unless, say, for example, the way I trade is that the support has been, or the resistance, the supply and demand has been broken by a close on the higher time frame, because then it's broken that level and it's liable to push straight through it. But that wasn't part of the strategy at all, and which was causing me to realise that it wasn't correct to follow that one. And you'd get all sorts. I'd be in Fibonacci rooms, I'd be in channel rooms, flag rooms, fundamental rooms. I watched a guy lose 300,000 euros of his family's money um, because he was married to a euro trade. He thought he was a euro specialist, euro USD, and he kept adding and telling people in his room to add hundreds of them, and end up blowing 300k of his own money or thereabouts. Memory may be a little bit hazy, but it was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of euros. Because he didn't trade what I consider to be in a safe way. So anyway, I'm a scalper. I want you traders, new traders, and old, if you're listening to this, to really think before you part with any money for these 3-year long courses, and these guys wanting to charge you 20 grand for a course, or 100, I don't know, £100, $100 a minute in a one-to-one scenario. They're just selling rocking horse shit, to be honest with you. So anyway, I'll get off my pedestal now. I've had a fantastic morning. Woke up early, about 2 or 3 o'clock. Couldn't, if I wake up and I'm wide awake, then I'll just open the chart, see whether I could find a trade. I did. Tried to go back to sleep, couldn't go back to sleep, and took another three or four trades. I won't go into the details of them. You don't need to know that, because if you follow my Twitter feed, Best Forex Method, and that name actually, I feel a bit stupid picking it, but originally when I picked that name, it was because the search engines used to like those sort of things. Best Forex Method. If you type that in the search engine, if you had a domain name or a a nickname or whatever, a handle, then it would often get top of the pile. But I wish I'd never used it now. But it's heavily in all over Twitter, and I don't know what the effect would be if I changed it. So anyway, I digress. So Best Forex Method on Twitter is where you'll find every part of my strategy, old and new, day by day, since COVID lockdown is when I came back on the scene, as it were. And I'm happy to say I've improved day by day, and you will too. But please take heed of my message. There are no holy grails of trading except screen time and patience and discipline. And I'll move the mouse so you know I'm alive on my chart. You will constantly see new ways of trading these on multiple time frames. And you don't have to, these aren't the holy grail. They are for me, but I won't go into details about that. But all indicators, you've got stochastic indicator. I like these because they're just a traffic light. If they ain't all green, I can't go long. If they ain't all red, I don't want to go short, to put it bluntly. But there are Genesis matrix is one I looked at, but I looked at them before I had the new goggles on my head, as it were, looking through new eyes at what I've done here. If I go back over all the stuff I've looked at for 20 years, I will find hundreds and hundreds of new ways to enter trades with absolute, as near as you can get to 100% certainty. There isn't 100%, but if you're watching this pullback, and you know what you've got to wait for here, I use the expression look left, because if you look left, you can see what you've got to wait for, and then all you've got to do is make sure this looks perfectly in sync with that, or that, or that, or that, and then you will notice new things. You will see a trade go without you. You've waited for the perfect setup, and you may flick down to a lower time frame, or you may flick up to a higher time frame, and you will see that you could have taken that trade, and you will make a new set of rules for it. And this is why I'm improving day by day now. And I can watch this, and I'm not interested in taking it at the bottom, although sometimes I can. and I can take the test of these green levels, support being tested as resistance again. You just find new ways. So don't listen to all the rubbish on there online. Don't be tempted to pay 10 grand for a course for a year to some joker that learned on Forex Factory, just like I did. That doesn't deserve, he doesn't deserve that money, quite frankly. Deserves some, but he knows everyone who's teaching and charging stupid, making stupid rules up, really, to how to teach you. You've got to have this course, you've got to have that course, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. They're just adding fuel to the myth, trading myth fire. So anyway, I've digressed. But I'd just wait for this to look perfect. And I took a gold short this morning. I wanted it to pull back and then look perfect. It pulled back and never looked perfect for the short. So I took it long instead. Because I knew, what do we know if a trade doesn't go one way? If we can get a multi-time frame agreement the other way, then we take it that way. It's that simple. No silly rules. No stuff that's been dredged up off the internet for the last 5 decades, 50 years. It's all on your charts, guys. And ultimately, I've got to stop giving my stuff away for free because people just steal it. They can't trade it. They put it online, and then they're breeding the next generation of scammers and stuff. So no more free secrets. It's all been done on my Twitter feed. And if you choose to do the work, then you do the work yourself, do the screen time. You can't fail. But if you want to take shortcuts, then I am opening a pay-per-view type thing eventually when I can be bothered, and you can get some shortcuts and one-to-ones and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, I've dribbled on enough. Sorry for that, guys. But please take away from this, you don't need anyone other than maybe a few weeks to get you started. But it's all there, it's all online, it's all on my Twitter feed. 2B reversals, MTF, multi-time frame momentum, multi-time frame timing, and look left and make sure the right looks the same. As simple as that. It is that simple, guys. Draw a trend line, descending in this case, draw an up line, and wait for the 2B to happen. And that's it. That is it. All right. Sorry for the preach. Apologies for a bit of a rant. But life is too short, guys. And it's not fair to be basically stealing money from noobs. You know? And that's, I don't mean that in a derogatory way to newer traders. Newer traders, please listen to what I'm saying. I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, blown thousands of real money, so don't do that. Use a demo account until you can trade with strict rules in your sleep. Anyway, I said last week I'm not editing or retaking videos. You just get what comes out of my head. Right? Have a good day. The sun's out, I'm out.